After spending a week in Singapore, we decided it was time to have a little bit of a different adventure. And so we said goodbye to the Singapore airport and we headed over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It's just a short, about an hour long flight between the two places, so it made sense as a good jumping off point. Unlike our time in Singapore, we decided to be a little bit more spontaneous and we didn't really have anything planned for our time in Kuala Lumpur. And so today I'm going to show you what we did in a day, some of the a little bit more out of the way things that we found, some of the more touristy places that we went, and just our first impressions of being in Malaysia. Spoiler alert, I had a really good time, but there were also some strange occurrences, so stick around to find out. Let's get going. So we departed Singapore in the evening to take a flight to Malaysia that arrived pretty late, about like 9 p.m. at night. We had to take 2 trains to our accommodation and had to run around and find an ATM because we found that even at the train station we still needed to pay in cash. So there's a tip for you if you come here. Definitely bring some Malaysian currency with you so that you don't have to worry about doing this at 9 o'clock at night as we did. And then right outside our accommodation we did manage to find some food. Can't go to Family Mart, so we got the next best thing, the Family Mart vending machine.
I like this vending machine. This is great.
It's very good. It has a touchscreen. Oh, we did it. We did it! Yay! It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm going to bed. Our feelings of relief getting here have been short-lived because I just found these 2 pins. They were not here, they were down there in the lounge where I was sitting. Needles, like what on earth is going on? Why? Good morning from Kuala Lumpur. It's the morning, I've just woken up. We're here for a week and the accommodation that we're staying in I think was about 2,000 ringgits. It's a pretty nice accommodation too. Let me just give you a quick idea. So we're quite high up. This is the view out the window. It's not like the nicest area though, like it's a bit out of the way, so that's partially why it's like so much space for it being quite cheap. But it also has a full kitchen, which you can't really see without the light on, but it has a full kitchen, it has a bath and a shower, and here's the bedroom. Don't mind the laundry, and it has this like huge wardrobe in there as well. Another thing about this accommodation I forgot to mention as well is that breakfast is included here, so I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the breakfast included in our hotel, and not gonna lie, it was pretty dreadful. I was trying to be a bit positive about it in my original talking voiceover section, but it was not good. It was basically a quarantine hotel breakfast. That's the only way I can describe it. So instead, we decided to go out. We found an absolutely adorable, like Japanese inspired brunch cafe. I don't know if brunch is as big a thing in other countries. It doesn't seem to be, but brunch is such a big thing in Australia and we were really craving brunch. So I had this really cute little like thin noodle ramen dish, and then we went next door and just looked at this plant shop that was so cute, and their cat was sleeping, and yeah, it was just a great first day like spontaneous thing that we did. After we had our brunch, we ended up walking to the train station. We headed into town where the Petronas Towers were, and we did decide to go in and see if we wanted to go up the towers, but for the price and for the view, we decided it really wasn't worth it for us. So we had a bit of a look on a map and found something that was a lot more up my alley. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I love animals, I love nature, and we found the Kuala Lumpur Butterfly Park, and it was everything that I hoped, dreamed, and wished that it would be. We're at the butterfly park. Oh, it's so nice. I love butterflies. I'm having the best time. Woo! The butterfly park had a cost of 25 ringgit per person for adults. It was cheaper for people who are from Malaysia, so if you are a Malaysian citizen, then you get cheaper entry than tourists. This is a pretty common thing in most of Malaysia, and I personally don't have a problem with it. I know other people have complained, but I think it's totally reasonable. For us, like 25 ringgit is not a lot of money because of the currency conversion. It's about 8 AUD. Something to be mindful of before you complain about the inflated prices for foreigners. Obviously, some places will still try and rip you off if they see that you're a foreigner, but I think these set prices where it's higher for foreigners, I personally don't have a problem with, and I think it was absolutely worth the price. It was still so cheap for what you're getting if you love butterflies. If insects creep you out, then maybe give this one a miss. At the end of the butterfly park, they had this really cool museum where they had a bunch of specimens and photos and information about the insects of the region and that are on display in the butterfly park. So definitely recommend. It was super interesting. But now we are off to wherever our next destination is going to be. After we went to the butterfly park, we wandered over to the observation tower, which was in walking distance of the butterfly park, but it was a bit expensive, like 20 AUD to go in and go up to the top floor. So we decided to give it a miss and instead took a grab to our next destination. Our next destination was Kuala Lumpur's Botanical Garden. This was just a nice change of pace from the busy city life of being in Singapore and then Kuala Lumpur in general. I was craving a bit of nature, so we decided to check this out. Also, free activity. We loved that. Traveling on a budget. The Botanical Gardens was really cool. There were a lot of animals and it was really peaceful and just really different from everywhere else that we had the option to go. You know, we really were craving doing something a little bit different. We're here at the Botanical Garden now. It's very peaceful. Peaceful. I saw a squirrel. It was very good. After our nice peaceful afternoon wandering around the gardens, we decided as it was starting to get dark, we would head back into the more main tourist part of town and wander around some shopping centers and also take the monorail. So this is us taking the monorail around the city. It was a really cool trip. There aren't many monorails around the world anymore. We used to have one in Sydney, Australia, but it closed down ages ago. So yeah, this was really cool. And then we found this shopping center area, definitely a big tourist area, but it was still really cool to go to. The top floor had all these Japanese stores, and I am really craving going to Japan again. More on that soon. And then we found this cool giant ice cream place. It got dark, we decided that no day in Kuala Lumpur would be complete without going and eating some street food. So we went to one of Malaysia's biggest, most popular street food areas. We're here at Jalan Alor Street Market. We're getting rained on, but we're having a good time. There's less people now that it's raining, so that's nice. Where will we go next? Probably home. It's so hot. I'm so tired, but we'll see. We'll see. We were planning on eating a lot more food, and we did eat some more food that I didn't film because it was raining, but these buns were absolutely huge, literally the size of my head. I think they were like curry chicken flavored. Obviously, Malaysia is predominantly Muslim, so you don't find a lot of pork-based products there. Even though it's a bit of a tourist destination, definitely recommend coming here. We had a great time. And yeah, we caught the monorail back to the train station and we headed home. Thank you so much for watching until this point. If you're still here, make sure to subscribe and check out more of my videos. There will also be more Malaysia videos if that interests you. So I've been to Vietnam and Singapore before this if that interests you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.